Southwest Superlate race on track now. Willow Springs International Raceway. We go green. Heading down into turn 1, it's Andrew Muscanel and the number 22 leading the field. George Atkinson Jr. in the 65, Ron Esau in the 56, Michelle Nagai in the 72, Bear Resniewicki in the number 3. Atkinson takes the lead through turns number 2. Look at Bear Resniewicki in the 3, closing in. He's working his way through. Oh, George goes wide. Esau working his way through. We are racing up front here. Esau grabs the lead on the first lap. Resniewicki moves up into the second spot. Number 63, Del Chase. And here comes Corey Fancy working his way through as well. So a lot of the fast guys starting in the back of this one, having to weave their way through the pack. It's extreme. It's windy. I'm about to blow over. See the camera buffering around. Look at those flags sticking straight out. If the tripod falls over and you hear me yell ouch, well, you know why. Gil Chase not able to do much of anything out here today. He was working up till about 2:30. Race starts at 3:30 here, so he spent a little bit of an hour here so far. Bear Resniewicki gets by the 56 of Esau, takes the lead. Hamilton in the 51, he's rounding the field, but one driver to talk about, the number 20, back for another race this year, Todd Southwell. He's starting in the rear of the field. He's kind of been bouncing between his number 20 and before Esau got here, before Chase got here, because he was working, was hopping in that 63 to shake it down a little bit today. So I imagine he's probably wore out before the race barely even started. Your top 3 coming down the little short chute into turn number 3. And here's the second pack, really. Here comes Fancy to the driver's right of Resniewicki. He gets by. So another lead change here in this race. Corey Fancy gonna try to create a streak here. He won the last round of the Toyota Southwest Superlates. Looking to try to win here today. Look how even this field is spread out, just kind of biding their time. Almost everybody's exactly the same distance apart, it seems. Core Fancy widening that gap between first and second. In the number 29, second spot, Raceway, and the number 3. Oh, Atkinson off track. He's gonna spin it out. Looked like he overdrove the corner. Got on that dirt. Trying to get it running back again up the hill. He gets it going. That's 65. I was gonna mention how tight the battle for third was gonna start to become. So Atkinson's down. But there's 2 cars still battling. Esau and Hyundai. They drive through turns number 8 and 9. And setting it down the front straightaway. So Michelle's going to look to the driver's right. She is there. And makes a pass down the front straightaway. Gonna look back over to here and check out your leaders. So Fancy now putting quite a big lead over Resnowicki. Esau just got passed, by the way, by Andrew Muskinell, so wonder if Esau's really being timid now, trying to save his stuff, or if he might have an issue. Gonna check these 2 out. They're racing hard. They look like teammates. They might be teammates. .65. Atkinson, now he comes up and over the hill. Yeah, it's a little windy up here today at the Antelope Valley, Willow Springs International Raceway. It started blowing here at about, what, 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. And hasn't let up at all. I mean, this is pretty gusty out here, I gotta say. It was funny seeing people drive around on their pit bikes. It looked like they were going full throttle upwind. Fun thing about Willow Springs International Raceway is every ticket's a pit pass. At least on the big track, I should say. I'm gonna throw that disclaimer out there. You pay $10 and you get to see some great road course racing action. We got action in itself over here. Todd Southwell spun off course. Way off course, I gotta say. He's gonna creep it back on track and do a great job of not letting any more dirt get on the track. I figured there would have been a bucket full, just kind of spread out all over, but he did a great job. Now, if we were able to be in the driver's seat at that moment, and right now, the windshield is completely caked in dust. Something about the dust out here in the Antelope Valley, or at least in Rosemond, where we're at, the dust literally sticks to everything. GoPro cameras, as you've seen here on the Past of Low Budget TV, windshields, everything. It gets inside the car or on something and literally gets stuck. So very interesting, and when that happens, he's kind of just going to be riding it out until the break. Corey Fancy, your leader, going through turn number 4 right now. Second spot right here, Bear Resnowicki. And 3 cars racing near each other for third. See if I can zoom in a little bit on these two, but more so the 20, to show you what I mean a little bit. Okay, see how much dust is all over this 20 car. Actually, it's looking pretty good. Maybe the gusty winds help take an air compressor to it, it seems like. I don't know. But Todd Southwell in that number 20, he's kind of been the bounce around driver today. Looks like he just got in there a little too fast, or maybe mechanical issue took him way off course. Battle for third, heading into turn number 1. You see Esau closing in on Muscanel. They were bumper to bumper, drafting down the front straightaway. Side by side, Esau gets it. There's your leader going down. He's already in turn 8. In second place, just got out of turn 6. And around again is that number 20 machine of Todd Southwell. I wonder if it's a case where there's a ton of wheel hop for that 20. But that one looked pretty spectacular. Maybe I just watched the 20 car this entire race. Gets it fired back up and running again. So very interesting. Whatever's happening, we know Todd Southwell is an experienced road racer. Caution is out. The field slowing. So with that, we'll be back. All right, ready for the restart. Pace car pulling in. Field at the ready, bunched up, and green flag. They head down the front straightaway. Fancy and Resnowicki head into turn number 1 side by side. And Fancy has the line that turn. Resnowicki's gonna let him stay out in front. For now, I should say. Close racing action. Esau on that 56. Trying to work his way to second. Resnowicki tiptoeing on that edge there. He's got that number 3 sideways. Showing the guy in the 72, he slips wide. But they all keep facing the same direction, and we're heading down the back part of the track with Fancy out front. No surprise there this race. I have a feeling that this is going to be a great showdown in the last remaining laps after the break. 5-lap shootout, and that's coming up ahead. We've seen some strong muscle here at the beginning of this race. A lot of lead changes, and any one of these drivers on track now could win this race. The only driver to have fallen out of the race is 65, George Atkinson Jr., and the 51 of Hamilton. Battle for second spot looks to be brewing up between Resnowicki and Esau. We kind of saw Ron Esau slip back at the opening parts of this race, and now working his way through and making a pass for second. And Todd Southwell in the 20 car, that car just not running like it should. Looks to be babying it now, just doesn't want to get it off track anymore. Make some adjustments during the break and try to do all he can for the last 5 laps. Keeping my eye on that 56. Ron Esau's on a mission in this part of the race now. Oh boy. And off track goes the 22, Andrew Muscanel. He got sideways there, and the crowd going nuts. Got sideways and slid up off the track. Did a great job of keeping it off the wall there. We might see a yellow. Unless he can get it fired back up. Unless he just wants to be a spectator the rest of this race. To which he's got a great shot. Keep our eye on this one. No flags yet. The problem is I don't even hear a starter. Like he's trying to crank it or anything. And now we go full course caution. So, yellow out here. Get towed off, or you know he's gonna get this car fired back up right now. Yep, there it is. Maybe not. 5-lap shootout on track now. Pace car in the pits. Green flag. Who's gonna win this one? They drag race down into turn number 1. Michelle Nagai on the outside. And she's gonna get off track just a little bit. Look at the rush going into turn number 2. Resnowicki storms by Gail Chase in the number 63. So he's your leader as they run right now. Look at the competition mixed throughout this one. Esau's gonna run it into the corner and go way outside of the track. Look how far he spun, stuck on an embankment in the infield of this track. Kind of like as if he had no brakes going into that corner. I've never seen a car slide that far. He's fired it back up, folks. Hopefully he can get it. I don't know where he's gonna go. Safety crew on scene right away. Holy cow. Well, Resnowicki with a bit of a lead here. Quiet, look at that big lead. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Fancy to the inside, making a pass for second. On Chase, Michelle Nagai right there in position in 4th. Seeing what she can do around that 63. Bear Resnowicki put on a big lead due to Esau's spin. And here's the rest of the field. So here we go, the 56 getting help from the fire and safety crew. He's gonna make a stop at the porta potty, drive down the access road. If he's even on, I don't think he's even on any part of the access road. He's just off-roading. If any of you ever wanted to see a super late model off-road race, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna be good. Oh, he made it work. Ron Esau, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Off-road Superlates here at Willow Springs. Determination will always make you do something. Well, Resnowicki in the lead. Fancy has made quite a bit of time, but I don't think anything's gonna happen of it. I think Ron Esau is my new favorite driver ever. Sorry everybody watching this, but I've never thought I'd ever see a super late model off-road. Okay, I take that back. You're all my favorite. He's still racing though.
No, he's pulling.
Nope, he's gonna pull it off the track. Hey, I had hopes and dreams. One driver that's racing is a safety truck. He's gonna go across the track.
Wow.
All right. Well, Resnowicki rounding turn number 8 and 9. Fancy is closing in, and he's closing in a hurry. Resnowicki better not make a little mistake, because that 29 is slowly catching up. There's your gap between first and second. They're in camera view now, both of them. So it's going to be a bit of a showdown here. If anything can happen of it. We shall see how this race ends up. Can the 29 of Corey Fancy close in on the 3? He is slowly but surely closing in on Bear Resnowicki. White flag in the air. Last lap. Can that 29 get to the 3? And what will happen if he does? Resnowicki leading. You see the gap has closed down quite substantially. Oh, that 3 washes wide. The 29 closing in. Up at the top of the hill. It's all downhill from here. Oh, Resnowicki loses control, and Fancy gets by and takes the lead. Wow, what a change on the last lap. It looks like the 3 car of Resnowicki having some issues. Might have a tire going down or something. But lost the race at the top of the hill here in turn number 4. Corey Fancy coming through a major gap. Comes out of turn number 9. And down the front straightaway. You never know what's going to happen here at the Toyota Southwest Superlates. Checkered flag. Back-to-back wins for Corey Fancy and the number 29 out here at Willow Springs International Raceway. Resnowicki coming home second. Chase third. And the guy finishing fourth. And rounding out the cars left on track will be Southwell in the 20 and Atkinson Jr. in the 65. Holy cow, folks. What a change of events. I didn't think that 29 can catch up to the 3 unless something like that happened. And it did. So very unfortunate for Bear Resnowicki. But Fancy couldn't have gone any more lucky. Your winner. Be curious to see what happened to that 3 car. Tires are up. He completed this race. Well, folks, you got to come out to one of these Toyota Southwest Superlates events out here. $10 ticket. You get to walk the entire property, go through the pits, meet the drivers, and see some great road course racing action.